Welcome back to the Investor Unite podcast, where we talk all things real estate, business, and entrepreneurship.
If you're looking to ignite your real estate investing, then join us at Investors Unite.
Today, we got a special guest. He has built a rental portfolio of close to 20 units. He has done this within 3 years, so in a small period of time. He's going to tell us about how he's done it, utilizing the BRRRR strategy, but going over his whole strategy and.
And this man's got quite the history, from being quite the athlete in our central PA region to now being quite the investor. So without further introduction, Jameel.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you. I was super excited when Stefanie reached out. So I appreciate you guys.
We're glad to have you on.
Yes, thank you.
But we want to start by going over your journey. So for everyone that comes on here, we like to hear a little backstory of how you got to where you are today. So take us back to the beginning, before real estate, your high school, college days, and everything.
Absolutely. So I went to the Bishop McDevitt High School. So I went to Market Street McDevitt. I'm a Market Street McDevitt guy, and not the new one. I wasn't spoiled.
All right.
But at McDevitt, I had a lot of success. Was able to break LaShawn McCoy's records. I was rated a 4-star recruit. Max Preps had me, I believe, at the top 50 player in the country. I was number 15, I think, overall ranked running back. So I had offers from about 40 different colleges.
Yeah.
Every coach was in my living room. So it was that was a humbling experience. But
they were fiending.
Yeah, bro. But at the time, I'm 17 years old and all those things are happening.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with LaShawn McCoy, Michael Vick. So I'm in the
Plugged in.
I was gonna say I'm in the club. I'm hanging out with those guys, and from going from a high school high recruit to seeing the NFL with them is wow. It's you think you're that close.
Yeah.
But I committed to the University of Pittsburgh. My cousin Hank Poteet went to Pittsburgh. He went to NFL. I was really close with LaShawn McCoy. He went to the NFL. Aaron Berry as well. He went to the NFL. So I'm like, hey, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Let's just go to the University of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Go 3 years and hopefully, go to the NFL. But, I had a adversity hit, So I went to go to signing day, and they had a coach, Dave Wanstead. He was really successful. I think they just came off an 8-4 season, and they fired him out the blue. And when they fired him, they brought the intern, not the intern coach, but the next coach they were going to hire. They brought him in. He actually called me and said, "You're coming to Pitt." I said, "Yeah, I'm coming to Pitt. We're all good."
Yeah.
That night, he got fired for domestic violence.
Oh, geez.
So my mom said, maybe this is just a sign from God. You're not supposed to be at the University of Pittsburgh. I said, you know what? You're probably right, Mom.
Yeah.
The next day, University of Cincinnati flew in. Had a running back coach. His name is Jameel. Shout out to him if you do see this. Great guy. I think he's at the University of Miami right now. Great guy. Came in. My family, we loved him.
Yeah.
So I ended up committing to the University of Cincinnati. One thing that happened that was crazy was as soon as I got on campus, he went to a different school.
No way.
Yeah, so I tell a lot of kids now, don't commit for the coaches, commit because you like the school.
Right.
Yeah. That's good advice.
But as far as me and football, I never really got injured. Always had a successful career, from little league to to high school. When I went to college, I don't know if it was my bad habits catching up to me. I don't know, but I couldn't stay healthy.
Starting to get a little old.
Yeah, right. So going to the University of Cincinnati, shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Kelce was one of my hosts. Great guy. And going to Cincinnati, I was one of the highest rated. I was the highest rated recruit ever to go there. So So when that happens, it's kind of
Man, we sitting across the table from an all-star.
No, I'm a couple pounds heavier now. So when you go there, it's more so the light is on you. You have the expectations are so high.
Yeah.
And it was tough. It was really tough because they threw me in quick, and I didn't know the offense, and there was a lot of things going on. Probably my fault, but I just couldn't stay healthy. I just kept getting injured time after time, and I end up. My cousin Hank Poteet was coaching at the University of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So after my second year at Cincinnati, ended up messing my ankle up, tearing some ligaments. I ended up transferring to the University of Pittsburgh to finish out. I was blessed when I got there because my roommate was James Conner, who plays for the Arizona Cardinals.
No way.
Oh, damn.
So I was brought in kind of for a older type of kind of mold the younger guys, and James was one of the guys. And during that time, I had to switch positions because obviously James was the running back.
Yeah.
So they ended up moving me to defense. And I'm telling the coach, I didn't play defense since I was a little kid, but I ended up figuring it out, and I got some success.
Nice.
But going into the season, I ended up getting a concussion. I got a concussion, and I couldn't really see out my eye for about like 3 weeks. It was blurry.
Jeez.
Yeah, so at that time, I kind of had to make a decision, and it was more so.
Put the health first.
Yeah, it was over for football.
Yeah.
And so
How many years into this to football were you in?
this at college, this was like the last year, so this was like year 5 of college. So I kind of figured.
Yeah.
You're like, this is it.
Where are you going to college for? Like outside of football? What was your major?
It was really football. I went to college for football. So about that, so when I went to the University of Cincinnati, they have a great academic program. So, but they brought me in, and they told me basically I was going to major in criminal justice.
They just told you.
So I challenge you guys. Look, I challenge you guys when you guys go to a college football game.
Yeah.
And the players are doing the introduction in the begining. Listen to the majors. It's crazy.
Is it all criminal justice?
Criminal justice, communications, and like sports management.
Yeah.
Those are like the main, the main 3.
Yeah.
So
they chose that for you. Like you didn't really pick that.
They didn't really choose it for you, but they kind of let you know.
They just kind of recommended it.
Yeah.
Okay.
My roommate, he majored in business.
Yeah.
And they basically told him, you got to pick. And next week he was in my class in criminal justice sitting next to me. So that's kind of how it goes. But when that happened, with me, getting injured, I think everything kind of hit me as far as like what's next. Because one thing about college ball is they prepare you to play.
Yeah.
But they don't prepare you when it's over.
For the outside world.
For the outside world, because you invest so much time into that sport with lifting weights, and
that's all they care about.
That's all they care about. It's a like what $1 billion industry. That's all they care about.
Yeah.
But it's like you don't have time to go do internships and things like that. So for me, when it was over, I didn't know what was next.
Yeah.
I told you I'm not trying to cuss too much on air.
All right, cool.
But that's scary, just being in that predicament,
Yeah, because I mean that's probably like what your whole mindset was, even going to college to begin with. You're like, all right, I'm making it to the league. Like we're gonna go there. Never even thought outside of the league, like what would my life be like, right?
Absolutely, because I think from just being from Harrisburg, you see, like the kids now, they probably see Michael Parsons. Growing up, I seen Shady. Yeah. So it's like you see that, and that's like the hope that you have, because you don't really see too many people that come around that are successful, like doctors, lawyers, or even real estate investors.
Maybe just athletes.
Right. All you see is athletes, or you see somebody that's a rapper. Okay, cool. I want to do that. That's
some little underground rapper.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't.
Sometimes you blow up like Little Skies or something.
Exactly. So for our kids in like the inner cities and stuff, like the stuff that we're doing isn't realistic. They don't see it. They don't even know about it.
Yeah.
So it's the only way you think you can make it out is through sports, and that's how I thought I was gonna make it out. And I knew. For me, I went through like a crazy depression because I knew that my family was dependent on me. Yeah. And they said that they weren't.
But I know it.
You have these big time coaches in here. I know, like, all right, Dad, I'm retired, you guys. Yeah. We going to these, and for me, not being able to do that, it crushed me.
Yeah, that's got to be hard.
Yeah.
I kind of feel the same way with my family, to be honest. Like, I've mentioned this before on the podcast, but none of them are financially successful in any kind of way. So I really feel as though like all the weight of that is like on me to like really provide and give them the life that they want. I know where they can go ahead and retire and not have to worry about money again. And I got 4 younger siblings as well, so it's already like tight in the little 3-bed household. Yeah. Like I'm in the basement still. Throw it out there, it don't matter. Yeah. But so it's like I know that's a lot of pressure.
It sucks because I was like, again, you have everyone, like your friends, family, everyone depending on you. And you kind of feel like you just let everyone down. And then you don't care about the outside noise, but you hear the outside noise from people.
Of course. Little whispers here.
We knew he wasn't going to make it. He never really was that good. So now for me, so for me now, what I'm doing is it's personal for me. We talked about, the documentary that we're filming. Yeah. And one of the questions he asked me yesterday was, what's next?
After real estate.
Yeah, the question was what was next, and I just looked at him because I said I don't know, because right now you're
committed.
Yeah, I'm committed, and for me is I have a purpose, and I'm not even chasing money. Yeah, and it's kind of when you get into something that it doesn't feel like work. We were talking about you guys being in the office, just having the office, and sometimes you might just go in there, it doesn't even feel like work. Yeah. I think sometimes that's a blessing and a curse. because
Yeah.
like all you do is just keep your head down and just go, go, go. And I told him like I don't know what's next, but I'm jumping around a little bit. But
No, you're okay.
Yeah.
Spill it.
going through the depression part, that's when I came up with Dreams to Reality, which is my business name.
Yeah.
And the goal for that was just to, I was like, man, I had this dream to go to NFL, and I didn't know how to turn it to reality. I'm going to teach kids back home that I know they all have a dream. I'm going to help them get it to reality. If it's football, I'm going to train football. I'm going to do mentorship. That was my biggest thing. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And I came home, and it was just a different direction. I was just trying to figure out who I was. Like, I wasn't.
How long were you in that like depression state for? Would you say?
Bro, probably about like 2.5, 3 years.
Really?
Oh wow.
That's a long time.
Serious. It was serious because I couldn't find out who I was.
Yeah. Were you working during that time?
I was. So let me tell you about that.
Yeah.
So when I came home, I was in Pittsburgh. I could hide. But one thing about like when you come back to Harrisburg, it's a small city.
Everybody knows you.
Everybody knows you. So
Yeah.
everything. One of the biggest questions everyone asks is like, "What are you doing now?"
Right.
Yeah.
And I hated that, so I always wanted to stay in the house. So somebody couldn't ask, but I didn't know what I was doing now.
Yeah. You go to the grocery store, you can't
see
get right.
someone, yeah.
You were at the gas station. What are you doing now? I don't know. Don't ask me. But that, so for me, I was trying to figure out just what was next.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going on Indeed, trying to find different jobs that pay weekly because I was so broke.
Yeah.
So I was going to construction jobs. You know, the people, they go in there and they knock on your door for, I believe it was like new windows or a new roof.
Yeah. It's like Renewal by Anderson or something.
It wasn't renewal, I forget the name. I don't even want to say it because
Was-
I might try to sue me or something
Yeah.
for what I did. So what I was doing was I was going on Indeed and I was finding jobs that pay weekly.
Yeah.
I would get hired, work throughout the training so I can get paid a week, and then when it was time to go in the field, I'd quit and go
You're out.
just so I could have some money in my pocket. It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
You were
But
just bouncing around.
yeah, I was bouncing around everywhere, but it was working.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they kept hiring you after they saw
Right,
your resume.
yeah,
like,
right.
you just quit there after a week.
I just couldn't. You know, I wasn't putting that on the resume.
Yeah,
so
of course
I
not.
kept the official one. I ended up getting a job so my dad was always renting cars to drive to my football games. And he said that Enterprise has a program for students that just graduated college with no experience.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting a job at Enterprise. At the time, I was super duper just desperate for money.
Yeah.
I hated Enterprise. They started at like 5 or 6 in the morning. They made you wear like a shirt and tie.
Jeez.
So I'm washing cars in a shirt and tie. But little did I know, like Enterprise changed my life, like, you know, forever. So what happened was, I don't know if my managers did this because they hated me or it was just more so, you know, God or the universe or whatever you guys believe in. But every Friday, I would get a notification at 6 o'clock. Enterprise closed at 6 o'clock. Then I had to go pick this individual up. I'm like, why do they always do this? You guys are Susquehanna. So he lived at High Point.
Okay.
So I had to drive to High Point from Cameron Street at Enterprise. It was on Cameron Street to High Point
Yeah.
every day at 6 to go pick him up. And little do I know this guy was like going to change my life forever. So if you guys are familiar, his name is Ramel Noros.
I know exactly who you're talking
Ramel
about.
Noros.
Yeah.
So when he was starting his business, so he was traveling from Harrisburg to New York to get his business going.
Oh, okay.
But when he was working at Pepsi,
Okay.
and I was picking him up, and he was just telling me his vision, telling me everything he was going to do.
Yeah.
And I'm telling him what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting out of depression 2 years later. I get on Instagram. He's doing everything that he wanted to.
Oh, he's crushing
He's
it now.
killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I ended up finding in my message. He said, "Yo, I was looking for you. I did everything I said I was going to do." I said, "I know. I'm so proud of you."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Call me." I called him. He said, "Find a property. I'm going to hold your hand through the rest."
Yeah.
I found a property on Chestnut Street in Harrisburg. I bought it for $30,000.
Well, how'd you find the property?
Did he tell you like what kind of properties to look for? Or he
Yeah,
just said,
didn't.
'Cause that's so
he just said, "Go find a house."
Yeah.
He said, "Bro, find a house. I found the code.
Okay.
I got you."
Yeah.
Just like that. And I was looking all night for this property.
Were you looking through like online?
You know
or
what's
just-
crazy? I found it on the MLS, and which is you can't even find a property
You
for
can't
$30,000.
really
on
find
MLS
deals
anymore.
like that.
That's
Yeah.
impossible.
Found it on the MLS. Called him, said I found a house. He said, "All right, we're going to fund it for you."
Yeah.
But what happened was, because you guys know, if a house is under $50,000,
Mm-hmm.
some lenders don't want to lend to that because they won't make any money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they say, as long as the value comes back, we're going to appraise it. As long as the value comes back over $50,000, we'll go ahead and lend you the money. The value came back at $49,000.
Oh,
shit.
Dang.
So I called him like, "Bro, I appreciate everything that you've done for me, but maybe it's just not meant to be.
Yeah.
You know, thank you." You know, at the time, I'm still,
Yeah.
I lost. You know, I lost my life.
saw that
You're like,
mindset.
it is what it is.
The mindset is everything. So I'm just like, you know, at this point, I lost. I'm a loser. You know, it is what it is. And he was like, he hung up. I'll call her back. Hung up on me. He called me back in 10 minutes. Said, bro, I'm gonna buy the house for you.
So what?
He said, I'm gonna buy the house for you. Just fix it with your, just fix it yourself. And I was like, what's next? He said, I'm gonna hold your hand through everything.
Yeah.
He held my hand through the process. I remember it was the day of my grandmother's funeral. I had an appraisal, and that house came back. I know it was over like 130.
No shit.
And then from there, everything changed. Like, that's when my life changed.
Yeah.
But one thing he told me from there was, what I'm doing for you, just make sure you multiply it and do it for your, for your friends.
Yeah.
That's a blessing right
mentor.
there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how everything got started.
That's
But
amazing.
it was wild.
That is wild. Just getting that call.
So yeah, so you find the house.
Mm-hmm.
He buys it for you at 30,000. What you got it for? Says do the work yourself. So did you get like friends, family to come help you? Did you have any idea?
Were you out there?
Did you have
like,
any idea
painting
about
and
like
stuff
construction or
yourself? Yeah.
hire it out?
So the house came with a Section 8 tenant.
Oh, okay.
So I had a contractor. Shout out to him too, Lauren Daniels. I had him. He came in the house and he saved me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He saved me. It was like when I buy houses now, I buy them vacant.
Yeah.
I would never buy a house with a tenant in there.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't know. I'm like, oh, I got a house with a Section 8 tenant. I'll be making money.
I'm balling.
Yeah, I'm
you know?
balling. But little did I know, trying to renovate a house with someone in it is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through so many different with the
hurdles.
tenant calling me. The guy's supposed to be here. He left the door open. It was just so much drama. But
Yeah.
at the end, it was worth it. But I just had, local contractors. They just came through. And
You just made a post on Facebook or something, or
I believe so. I think I just reached out. I think it was people that were posting their work. And I reached out, hey, I got a house. Can you help me?
yeah.
And he came through and he just helped me out. And I don't know if it was just because it was my grandma's funeral and the appraiser just was showing love.
Yeah.
But from that house to the house that I do now, it's not even close.
Not
The
even
house
close.
is not even close. So I'm like, he was just showing love. It had to be. Everything was just falling in my favor that day.
Yeah.
Okay, so the appraisal came back at like 130, a little over 130. What'd you end up doing with it? You refinance it or?
Yeah, so I do that for everything. More so, the Burr method.
Yep.
Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat.
Yeah.
That's what basically he told me to do. So
Okay.
just imagine going from having probably, I think it was $346 in your account
Mm.
to refi and getting over, I think it was like 30, 40,000.
You got
That's
that
life
back.
changing.
Yeah, it was
Tax-free.
crazy. So I'm like, right.
Tax free. You can't miss
Absolutely.
that part.
So it was like you said, it was life changing. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh.
Mhm.
I didn't want to go out and splurge.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I was more so, how can I keep doing it? And
Yeah.
I think I fell in love. I think I got addicted to the process.
Yeah.
So I think now for me, it's an addiction.
So did you start building a team after that first house? Or you still try to keep it on your own? Like start going out looking for properties again, trying to make these offers, find the owners? Like what was kind of your system, I guess?
So after that, I wanted to figure out how I can acquire more properties and more so just keep making this money. So what
Yeah.
I did was, again, I had my guy Ramel. At the time, they were building, but they were wholesaling. And they were wholesaling before it got so popular now where everyone's trying to wholesale.
Yeah.
And the goal was to wholesale, but I was finding deals that were too good,
To pass up.
and I started keeping them.
Yeah. So are all your properties then in like Harrisburg?
They are.
City.
So all my properties are in Harrisburg City. I'm actually looking to start going to probably York, Lancaster here soon.
Yeah.
But for me, where I struggle, and I'm getting over that now, is just more so the team of contractors. Just having
Okay.
good people. Obviously, in this business, it's that part can get kind of shady, especially if you're not paying top dollar for your crews.
Yeah, contractors will make or break your deal.
Yeah. We got to deal with firing a contractor our first time. It was something in itself.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
It is.
'Cause I feel like they're like really arrogant.
Some of them can be, for sure. We thank the Lord. We have like a great contractor right now that we've been using. And without him, like I know half of our projects would be behind and everything else. So
Yeah. Met him at the
go find
bank.
you a good contractor.
At the bank.
Wow.
I was like, he came up to me. He knew someone, like we had a mutual friend, the guy that mows our lawn at our one property, and they knew each other.
Mhm.
And then they were like, talking and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm over here just, paying our other contractor. And his problem was that the owners weren't paying him. And like he was doing the job, but they weren't getting paid. But he knew like, oh, she's at the bank, she's paying the contractors and stuff. Like she's a solid, person, investor and stuff. So I just kept his number, and then eventually we reached out to him, and
Yeah, we
ever
did.
since then it was good.
We bought that one house down on Sylvan Terrace, and it was our first time. Like we wanted to get bids from contractors because before we just had like one contractor for real.
Yeah.
And we'd just come in, he'd give us his number, be like, okay. He'd come in, do whatever he had to do.
Yeah.
you know? And then this is the first time where we actually like had a list of contractors. So we like got a couple people in there. They all gave us their bids. And he was the only one, I believe, where he gave us the option to only pay his labor and then we pay material cost.
He
where all the
never
other
does
ones was like,
labor and materials together.
Right.
It's always separate.
exactly. And everybody else, they all did it together. So we looked at his pricing versus everyone else's. We're like, oh, like he wins by a third.
Right.
But it's like,
We can share his info with you.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm big on that too. Like buying my own material.
Yeah, right.
I heard they
'cause
get over.
They can be upcharging.
Yeah.
They might buy something for another project.
Absolutely.
You never know, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So no, he's been doing great for us so far, and his time is like that, dude. Like he has
That's
like
the biggest thing.
yeah. No, he gets
It's everything. So like we get price, we get quality and timeline.
Can't beat it.
Yeah.
That house you said on Sylvan, that's the one you posted.
Mm-hmm.
The sale is really nice.
Thanks.
Sold it for 145. Well, it's under contract.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
it's a little bit over asking. So
Got it for
we're
16.
happy about that.
You gotta say it louder. They gotta hear you.
No, it's about you. It's about you today.
And, that was a good one. We were our initial plan was to burn it,
Yeah.
Okay.
but we were running a little low on capital, so we were like, we might have to sell this one, which is okay because that's the only single family that we would have ever kept. Because we don't plan on keeping single family for rental properties. Like typically that's going to be a wholesale innovation or flip.
Yeah.
But the cash flow on that would have actually been fucking phenomenal. Like it would have been like
$1,000.
like $1,000 a month on a
Yeah.
single family,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
That is.
But yeah, so we need to build up some capital. So we decided to list it, and we were actually about to pull it back down because we weren't getting the offer that we were looking for.
Yeah.
And the offer that came in, they were asking for 6% seller's assistance. So there goes like 6% of our profit.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then realtor also was requesting like extra commission.
You wanted more commission and
yeah, just like a
stuff.
bunch of BS. So basically, what I realized is that these buyers have zero money to put down. So I was like, well, they came in at our 139 price. I was like, it doesn't make a difference for them if we bump up their price to 145 and give them their 6% seller's commission because they're still bringing $0 to the table.
Right.
As long as they're approved for that 145 price, then it's a win for us and it's a win for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what we ended up negotiating. So
I feel like with real estate, like if you can be creative, you can get a lot of things done.
you can
Yeah.
because I mean they're still not bringing any money to the table whatsoever. We're still getting the price that we were hoping for.
Everybody won.
Everybody won.
It's a win-win.
Exactly. Yeah.
But speaking of single family, I know that's basically your whole portfolio. If I'm not mistaken, you may have multis in there
Yeah, I
too.
have a couple multis, but I'm really heavy single family.
Yeah.
How
Why
come?
is that? Yeah.
He's like, there's only
It's
one
like,
kitchen deal with only.
you could get 10-unit deals. You get them big deals.
Do you plan on doing that at some point, or do you just want to?
I plan on doing that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I just wanted to master something
Okay,
and really get good at it, and then now go to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
that's a fair point.
And to be really honest, I was really getting the best deals for the single family.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
And for me, I was partnering at the time with a lot of nonprofits. So if I'm buying a house for $30,000 and we're fixing it up probably like 12 to 15, if that,
Yeah.
and I'm renting it out for $1,700-$1,800 a month,
Oh, you're winning.
I'm not complaining.
You
So
can't
my
complain.
strategy, like my motto in life, if it's not broke, why fix it?
Don't fix it.
So it's kind of, I'm like, all right, well, I got a 5-bedroom here.
Yeah.
I know Section 8 is giving out.
Do you do Section 8 for your tenants?
I do Section 8, yeah.
Like all Section 8?
all Section 8.
Okay.
Were you surprised though how Section 8 reacted? Like we had a realization that they don't give you the amount they post online.
We should talk to him first.
Yo, we got
It's
a
like no
3-bedroom. Well, it's a 2-unit, but 3-bedroom. We're like, wow, we're about to make $1,800 a month. Yo, Section 8 came back. We're only giving you $1,300, $1,375.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's at. I mean, we ain't complaining.
That's because they see y'all on posting y'all stuff. They like they're getting too much money.
Yeah.
Oh, so it depends on the person's voucher.
their voucher or their caseworker.
It might be both.
Okay.
we might get red flag for this, but look, Section 8 is love Section 8.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm even allowed to do this.
Okay.
We might need to edit this.
We'll see.
But I asked the person the voucher amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's allowed. Yeah. That's,
So, like for instance, I have a 3-bedroom, and her voucher was I think it was. I don't know, but I got $17.10 for a 3-bedroom.
That's her voucher was 18.
her voucher was
She was
18,
like, I want y'all to make all the money you can. I love that y'all
straight
are
up told her,
young.
she was like, I want you to get the full $1,800 a month. Like,
Yeah.
I'll pay all utilities.
Yeah, shout out to her because she's a great
Whatnot.
tenant.
And she was actually guiding us through like Section 8 program,
Yeah.
and like how to get started and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she was been through it before in Chambersburg, so she
Yeah.
has like some idea of how it goes. But yeah, so we're like, okay, this is crazy. Like we're about to get that full amount. She's approved for up to 1880, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then so Stefanie takes it to the caseworker, and she was like, oh no. She was like, we do it based off of comparables. Like we'll have to see what
Yeah.
other 3 bedrooms in that area are renting out for.
How long ago was this?
We just rented that
That was
out
like June, July,
Yeah, but they
Sure.
do it for all of our
Where was it
properties.
at? Was it in the city?
Oh, 18.
18th Street.
serious?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did we
So
get
for
screwed?
mine, what was that?
Did we get screwed?
Yeah. So for mine, if someone I know if they have a voucher for like $1,900,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I always take about like $150 off for utilities.
Yeah.
So I start off right there, and
That's what we thought too.
Yeah, I never had.
Oh, maybe it's the caseworkers then.
Yeah,
We'll
because
talk about who the caseworker was.
Yeah,
out there.
we'll talk after,
we'll
but
talk.
we gotta get this
man,
one
we
out of
would have
there.
cash flowed like crazy. So I mean, on that 2 unit,
Cash flowing crazy.
we're cash flowing right now 1,100 roughly.
Yeah, run.
So that kind of pays for this rent here, which is nice.
Absolutely.
But yeah, if we would have got 18,
That would be, especially if, what's a 2-bedroom on the HUD in Harrisburg? Isn't that like,
2 is like 14.
that's 14 something, isn't it?
Yeah. Man,
yeah, I wonder what happened.
yeah, our 5 unit would have been.
Our 5 unit have been crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, cause y'all had off.
All 2-bed, 1 bath.
For our 5 unit, that's gonna like when we refinance that.
Yeah,
That's
what
why
about-
we got to talk to you about the refinance.
Yeah.
I have a guy.
Yeah.
Okay, we need a guy.
We should have used your guy the first time for the 2 unit, but
Yeah.
we'll talk about that all
Yeah.
day.
I give you the contact off there. Yeah.
But all right, let's go back to you. So
No, we
in
got
regards
off
to talking about the multi, so are you like now reaching out, being more like what's the word, like talking to more people about getting more multifamily, or like being more loud on social media about it? Like, how are you going to acquire these?
You know what? I had a lunch today with a guy. He asked me the same question, and I think it's more so once you get in the face of social media where everyone sees you,
Mhm.
that I think people just start sending you stuff.
Yeah.
I think I might have to do more to acquire multis, but for me, I'm a numbers guy.
Yeah.
So I tried to master. That's why I didn't go outside of Harrisburg yet, because I feel like I mastered the numbers in Harrisburg. So trying to learn a new city for me might be
difficult.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know if I'm uptown Harrisburg is different. I know the numbers there from
Allison.
Allison Hill,
Yeah.
Hill, whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
So I kind of know how to play a little bit.
Right.
But
And you just knock those out left and right.
yeah,
There's still so many houses in Harrisburg that are dilapidated, ran down, vacant.
Right.
Like they still need bought.
yeah.
It's just a matter of who's gonna get a hold of that owner first.
Exactly. Because right now is everybody's wholesaling in Harrisburg, right?
Oh yeah.
And their mom. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Exactly. So it's kind of it's nuts.
Yeah.
Because I can get a deal from 3 different wholesalers, and one is 50,000, one's 60, and one's 70. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro.
Right,
Which one is
exactly.
it?
Yeah.
Who owns the house? But
Yeah.
it is what it is. But I don't. As far as the
It's-
multis, I don't think there's a. I don't know if there's a lot in Harrisburg where people are.
A lot of
It
older
depends on-
people own them, and they just don't want to get rid of
Not
them.
getting
So it
rid of them, yeah.
really depends on what size multifamily you're looking for too. Like if you're just staying within that residential, you're like 2 to 4 units, there's plenty in Harrisburg to find. But as soon as you want to go to like 5 and you're looking like 20 to units, like Harrisburg,
Yeah.
it's a little minimal.
Yeah, I want to get to buying more because where I'm at right now, as far as the OPM that I'm using
Mhm.
to acquire properties, I'm able to get the bigger units.
Yeah.
But for me, I can master the single families. I know the ARV for single families. I know
You know what your cash flow is going to be at the end of the
Right.
day.
even I'm walking through this property. Okay, I know here I can do this, and that.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna bank this each month. Even for the 2 units to the 4 units, I can understand that.
Mhm.
But I haven't got to the commercial side yet, as far as the bigger.
It's
the
a
bigger
different
units.
ball game.
And it's right. So
Yeah.
So
We're
I'm
about
gonna
to
talk to you guys off air.
We're about to find out.
But you'll love that. You're gonna love it. Once you do it, you're gonna love that so much more than the residential.
It's probably it's easy. I mean, it's easy. I don't.
It's the same process. It's just more units, more cash flow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can dictate your own value. That's the best part when it comes to refinancing. Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't do their refinance or their appraisal based off of comparable properties.
Mm-hmm.
They do it based off of that cap rate. So if you're able to increase the value of that property, either add units or just increase rent on everybody, there goes your ARV already without even touching it.
Yeah.
Dropping gems, you guys. Hey. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we still have not gone through our refinance process yet, so I don't want to like speak this out.
We still learning every day.
Because we are still learning.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I'm gonna give you my guy that I use for my refis.
okay.
All
You know
right,
if he
yeah.
knows commercial refis?
Yeah, he does.
He does. Okay, cool. Yeah, we need something to bless us real quick.
Yeah.
I got you.
We a little broke.
Yeah, I got some. We'll talk about it off air.
All right. No, sounds good. So you're at just about like 20 properties as of now,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're like 3 years ago or within that 3-year time frame. Freaking crazy. So how many have you done like this year? Like how has your momentum been building up?
This year, January, I believe, 4 or 5.
Dang.
4. I know right now I have 200
Just in
contracts in
January.
February.
Nice.
Yeah, the goal was like 3 a month.
Mhm.
I really wanted 3 to 4 closings a month,
Mhm.
but one of them being a refinance, just to keep everything going.
Yeah.
But man, I've just been blessed, bro. Like I always say, like my grandmother's passed away a year apart, and I always say I got 2 angels just working overtime.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just I don't try to get caught up in the moment sometimes. But yesterday I'm driving, I got caught up. I'm like, dang, this is so crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I think sometimes in life, you can be down and you could be like, how the hell am I going to get out of this situation? Like, I'm such in a bad space, like mentally, financially.
You're just in a rut.
Right. And then now it's at a point where it just turns around.
Yeah.
It's just like, sometimes you don't want to ask why me.
It's
but
nothing
like, why
but
not?
God.
Yeah, it's unreal. And it's
Yeah.
unreal. Me and my mom went to church yesterday. And the message that he said, shout out to, Jason Davenport and David Archer. But the message that they said, it was unreal. Just talking about like people, your journey, and just staying true to who you are.
Yeah.
And sometimes we question who we are as people when we go through things. So
Yeah.
for me, like yesterday, it was just, it was a moment. I had
It
a moment in the
kinda
car.
just hits you.
Yeah. I'm in the car. Look, Rod Wave came on. Oh my gosh, I started getting emotional. But it's just, and we're so young.
Yeah.
We're young, and for a lot of us, we're the first ones in our family. Like, we're the one giving our family hope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
I'm buying up my mom that house.
yeah, exactly. Like, we're giving our family hope to like, dang, like this shit is real.
Yeah.
And we're probably, when we're old, 20 years from now, where we're going to be seeing each other, we're going to look back and have something to smile at, because it's like, wow, like.
You believe 20 years ago we did that podcast?
Exactly. You know what I mean? We're going to look back and laugh 20 years from now.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think for me, like just kind of getting where to the point where I'm at now so quick, I was just so afraid to being at that $346 again.
Yeah. So can you say that like as of now you're like financially free? Like if you wanted to, like you could just drop it all, be cool. You think so?
We're not. We're far from that.
Yeah, no, we're not even close to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our overhead's like up here.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Because
Do you have like a big picture goal, like what you're hoping to get to one day?
Yeah.
as far as
Anything. It could be dollar amount. It could be unit number. It could be
Buying your mom a house.
buying your mom anything.
I did in the beginning,
Did you?
I always said, I wanted 100 doors. I wanted to make over 100,000 a month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now I stopped chasing the money and chasing that. I just start chasing like more so a purpose.
You start
Yeah.
doing it for the community and
I wanted, yeah.
for the kids.
Yeah, it hit me, man. I was in a property showing someone, and she started crying.
Mm.
And I was like, what are you crying for? And she
Yeah.
said, I was homeless. And you don't see people give people of my situation opportunity like this in the city.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me, it was more so like, man, fuck this. Fuck the
It's not for the money.
Yeah.
How can I help 1,000 people? How can I make 1,000 more people cry?
Yeah.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's like at times, we're young.
We've been in several of those appointments where it's just ends up they're on my shoulder crying.
Real, because then you know it's deeper than us.
It is. It's so much deeper.
Yeah. So, and it's, don't get me wrong, I'm young. Like, so I party.
Yeah.
I love the flashy stuff. I love the jewelry. I love all of that stuff. But I also know that if I could keep my head down and keep working, that's just kind of going to be the result of, you know, just the hard work. But
Yeah.
I really don't have, that's what scares me though.
Of not having that end goal.
It scares me because I'm at a point right now, and you guys might be there, I don't know. But I'm at a point in life
Not. Yeah.
where, no, you might be there.
All right, keep going.
I'm at a point in life right now where I can't separate work from relationships, from just me time, just peace. It's just my foot's
kind
just
of all
on the
jumbled together.
gas. It just go. Like, I gotta keep working.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that's how I am. Cause like even on my birthday, I was working. You can ask him like vacation, I'll be working. Cause like if I like on my birthday, I wasn't feeling like doing anything. I might as well just work, you know?
But it's a blessing and a curse
Mm-hmm.
because then we start ruining certain relationships that we care about because we see a vision that nobody else can see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you guys have a vision that no one else probably understands. My parents been working for probably 20, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't understand what we go through.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes, like my mom said to me yesterday, like, dang, son, you didn't call me in a couple of days. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, my grandma just called me yesterday, said the same shit. She was like, I haven't talked to you since Christmas. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, damn.
So I'm going to tell you, I'm trying to call your grandma, because if I could call mine, I definitely would. So call your grandmother.
Okay.
But it's just like between filming, looking for houses,
Yeah.
trying to fix them up, because we're managing grown other men, just trying to be everywhere at once.
Tenants, contractors.
It becomes a lot.
Yeah, and it just kind of like, dang, when you look at the clock, it's 11, 12 o'clock at night. The whole day is gone.
Yeah.
And you do it again the next day.
Yeah.
But it's like,
It don't stop.
it don't stop, but you're doing it for only a vision that you see.
Yeah. So do you think eventually you're going to start to build your team where you can allocate those kind of manager roles to another person?
I have trust issues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Drake, I have trust issues. And the reason why I have trust issues is because, one, nobody does it the way you do it.
Of course.
Right.
And two, and it might be from football, I'll be honest with you guys, is
Mm-hmm.
I'll put my destiny in someone's hands one time, and I failed.
Yeah.
So I promised myself never let someone else control my destiny.
Yeah.
So I've always heard this one thing where it's like, obviously, no one's going to do it as good as you because you care about your property or your team or whatever your contractors more than anybody else possibly can, right? But if you were to hire, let's say one person is 70% of what you are,
Mm-hmm.
you hire two people, you're still getting 140%.
Correct.
So whether or not it's like either one of them cares as much as you, which neither one of them will, you put them together though, and they're able to accomplish possibly more workload than you're even able to handle,
Absolutely.
right? So that's something that I kind of think about, and I know Stefanie definitely does. Like she loves to hire out like freaking everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of the do-it-yourself person. Like,
Right.
I'm just like you.
And we still do
I'm like a
do
little-
the work first to train the people.
yeah, I'm a little penny pincher, so I'm like save $1 here, save $1 there. Like, I could, right.
That's
So
probably my problem too.
I'm like that, but Stefanie's smart. She's like, her business mindset's like freaking up here, like without a doubt. She's like already on like a Grant Cardone, like Ryan Pineda.
Nah,
Yeah, you can
nah.
tell. Especially- She was on a TikTok before a lot of people was even on TikTok. I was talking to my buddy about
She grew
shooting
that following like crazy.
Yeah, so that's like super.
appreciate
Same with YouTube. She was shooting YouTube videos when we were still in high school. Everyone's like, "Yo, what are you
ahead of
doing?"
the game. 5 years ahead. That's how you got to be.
Swear.
But I do have one guy. His name is Terry Lawson.
Okay.
He's super popular in Central PA.
Sounds
Yeah,
real familiar.
I know Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always recording him now. I have him on my Instagram and everything. At first he hated it. He loves it now. So he goes places, people shout him out. So,
Oh yeah.
but he's a great resource. I use him now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I have, like you said, in order to get where I really want to go, I have to have a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to get people in positions where, that I can go on vacation or do whatever.
And the business is still running.
Correct.
Got you.
Yeah.
Now, I'm say something real quick, but last week, not last weekend, the weekend before, I was at the bar.
Mhm.
And I had some guy recognize me from the podcast. I was
Okay.
like, no shit. And I started jumping up and down. He was like, "You're Skyler." I was like, "Yeah, who are you?" He was like, "Watch your podcast. Like, you and Stefanie be killing." I was like,
Absolutely.
"Get out of here."
He was extra hype.
I was feeling good.
Nah,
I was in there getting lit.
Yeah,
But,
that's a crazy.
It's a
feeling.
crazy feeling because I am not a social media person at all. Like my Instagram ain't got a single post on it. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Twitter. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like behind the scenes as a motherfucker.
Mhm.
And Stefanie, you know, she's like, Skyler, get the fuck in here. We making a video.
I don't be cussing though.
No, she don't say that.
You know what though?
Skyler, come here.
I wasn't a social media person either. Ramel made me get on.
Yeah, he's big on social.
Big, and I just got on social media really like last year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He said, "Bro, you're missing out on so much. Get on social media. You have to." I said, "I hate being in front of a camera, bro. I hate it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like a blessing and a curse because you have to be this person in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And there'd be times where, again, you're at the bar. You said you're lit at the bar. Where you're just being yourself.
Yeah, I'm
you.
just having fun.
But again, people notice you from your podcast.
Exactly.
So it's like,
You can't mess up your like reputation almost.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it might be times where I just want to go to the mall and just chill, just shop, buy
Yo,
some stickers.
I go out, I'd be like, I can't just be looking any old way because you never know who you're going to see.
My mom said that to me. She said, "Boy, if you don't take that sweatsuit off, you don't know." I'm like, I'm me. Like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
But it's to a point now where I don't want to go to places where I gotta have my hood up so I can kind of not talk to people about real estate. I don't want to talk about real estate I don't want to talk about real estate all the time.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, I guess. But when you get to that point in your life where you're starting to motivate people and inspire people,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's kind of what we ask for.
Right.
So
That's true. And I mean, yeah, like I can't lie. I know that with me not putting myself on social media, it's probably hurting the business a little bit because I know that I could get some clientele and they notice what I'm doing, whatnot. But now, like after having that one interaction at the bar, like I've been getting excited for these podcasts.
absolutely.
I'm like, these conversations are great. Like we learn so much, and hopefully we can teach other people some stuff, mainly the audience, because you
Yeah.
already know what you're doing.
Nah, bro, it's inspirational. Like, you guys told me how old you were. I'm like, oh my gosh, bro. Like,
20.
You're young too, so
yeah, I just turned 31, so I'm turning that
Oh.
page over. But you guys are 23.
yeah.
We are.
So I'm giving you guys your flowers real quick. Let me give y'all flowers. You're 23 years old. You're killing it. You're doing a podcast. Like, it's unheard of.
Thank you.
And a lot of people don't really understand how hard this is.
Yeah. I can straight up swear to God tell you I would not be where I am right now without her though. Like, she is like,
Same here. I mean,
yeah.
we help each other out.
We do.
You know?
That's amazing. And to being able to work together and do it, because we were talking about offset earlier about just having a partner.
Yeah.
I tell people don't partner
Yeah.
because it don't, like, partnerships sometimes they really don't work.
They can go bad.
They
Did
can
you
go bad.
Did you have a partner at all, or it's always been solo?
I got those trust issues, remember?
I always was solo because I partner on other situations,
Mm-hmm.
and it's to a point now I don't even loan people money
Yeah.
because I tell people I value our relationship more than I do money.
Yeah.
And I know with partnerships sometimes it's like we learned about partnerships when we were in school. You know, we have a group
Yeah.
project and two people do the work and one person gets the good grade.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how it is with this. And I knew as far as like in my life, I feel like we have only so many chances.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you like you knew what you were capable of doing, and you're like, I
Right.
don't need another person.
Right.
Yeah.
Because how many times do you find someone who's just as passionate as you are?
It's rare.
It's rare. So I might be super passionate about this and I'm trying to bring my friend on and he doesn't care as much. And it's like,
Yeah, because I have the same exact situation where like I have tons of friends who are like, I want to do what you do, and like I'll give them a layout. I'm like, this is the blueprint of what I did. And I was like, step by step. You have any questions? Like, call me. Like,
Yeah.
you're my friend. Like, I'm here to help you. None of them are gonna take action on it ever.
absolutely.
Not at all. So it's
But
like,
that's the way you do it, though. You put it back on them. You call me when you're ready.
Yeah.
exactly. So no, I mean partnerships though. Like, thankfully, Stephanie and myself, we grew up together. We were always in the same grade, and we knew each other. Like, we weren't best friends by any means, but we were friends, and like, you know, said hi in the hallways, or we had class together. I might pick on her every now and then, right? But yeah, so it was just a blessing that we were both had the kind of the same passion, the same goals. Ended up working at our same job, our same first job together, just like coincidentally as hell.
That's
awesome.
And
It
then
was literally God just made our lives come together, which is crazy.
here we are.
For a bigger goal, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. So I did have a question in regards to real estate for you.
Okay.
While you think about it, I got
go ahead.
some. So I always love hearing people's like days in the lives. Like I love watching them on YouTube. So what's your typical day in the life as a real estate investor?
Okay, so now
Do you have your license? Were you an agent or something?
I was.
Sure.
Yeah, shout out to Erica Rose. She gave me a chance. But day in the life for me is I wake up around about like 8 o'clock. So I'm back working out because I call myself International Po, IP.
Yeah.
So I got my passport, so I'm trying to get this Jamaica body ready. So I go to the gym around like 8:30. I train with my guy. His name is Fit in the Pit.
Fit in the Pit.
Fit in the Pit.
Shout out to
Fit in the Pit. He kills me every day. He doesn't.
He sounds brutal.
Yeah, he doesn't care when I complain. Love him to death because for me, that's like one of the times in my life where you get something and someone's not expecting something. Like, like when you get to a certain level that everyone is always expecting something from you, but nobody gives you anything.
Yeah.
And at that time, that hour, he gives me so much, you know what I mean? Just energy and just, it's like mental health for me. It's like therapy.
Yeah.
So go to the gym around 8:30. We started like, I get in the sauna for about 30 minutes, like meditate. Just, start, I believe in the law of attraction. So I meditate, I, try to attract some good things to me.
Yeah.
So I work out from 9:15 to about 10:30. Go, shower, everything. Go check on properties. Go check on properties and
just like the ones you have under rehab.
Yeah, ones I have under rehab, and hopefully like throughout the day, if I have any other houses that are sent to me, I'll go look for those.
Yeah.
Right now, what's huge for me is like my close friends. I'm the only child, so I call them my brothers.
Yeah.
They're in the business, so I go to their properties and check their properties out as well.
Nice.
And as bad as this sounds, the rest of the day, like throughout, probably between 2 to 4.
Take a nap.
I probably do take a nap, but I'm probably like BSing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the afternoon,
social media scrolling.
Yeah, social media. Now like we're filming so much.
Nice.
So that's connecting with them to film, and a lot of people have been just reaching out. And I'm super thankful. They want me to come like talk to their school, talk to their students and stuff like that. So just trying to.
You're an inspiration.
I mean, bro, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing from just going from like a super duper depressed to now you want me to come talk to your school.
That's a testimony.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that's a really that's kind of what my day's like, and for me, it sucks for me right now because I have like the football mentality that like someone's always outworking me.
Yo,
so
I think sports, just being in sports, because I'm the same way with like basketball growing up. I'm like, nah, I gotta put in that work.
And it always hits me like later in the afternoon. So I'll go to one of my
back
properties.
on the computer real quick.
No, I'll go to the property and start like sweeping or start doing something at the property. Yeah, bro. I don't know what it is because I think my thought process is like this. Is I'm 31. You guys are 23. So my thought process is if I don't keep going, there's some younger guys.
He's coaching you.
Y'all catching me. But it's how the game goes. You know what I mean? Like Steph Curry's getting old. I mean, he's acting crazy, but John Morant's coming. You know what I mean? So it's always that next generation coming. But it's either you can keep playing with them, you could be on some LeBron, keep playing,
right,
or you could just wing your way out. And so I'm so competitive. Yeah. So for me, it's like, all right, how can I get these under contract? So we're in February. But I need to be mentally on June or July. Yeah. Always be ahead. Yeah. Like, how can I do this? We're doing this documentary now for this right here because I want in August to have this. Yeah. So now when I'm in 2025, this is happening in February. Okay. So that's how I'm thinking. It's like, how can I stay ahead of the game? Yeah. And I think that's from me going through what I went through with football.
Just making sure you're prepared for whatever could
Absolutely.
happen. Yeah.
Absolutely. And always staying like 3 steps ahead of the game because I know like, these coaches, they tell you they love you, but they're in someone else's house recruiting them just how they was recruiting me. That's how the game goes. That's how this real estate's going. Yeah. There's some 23-year-old watching this right now or some 17-year-old saying they're going to take y'all stuff.
Yeah. They might.
And they're going to say, they ain't. Right. They're going to say like, hey, all right, we're going to do a podcast. We're going to get a 10 unit. That's how.
Or they're going to say we're posting twice a week while they're posting once a week. You know, like,
we have 2 podcasts this week. So
yeah. So my thing is like, okay, what can we do to be like you guys? It's funny that I was talking to my friends about podcasts. I said nobody in Central PA that is doing a podcast. Yeah, here we are. And then guess what? You guys came out with a podcast. I sent it to them. Oh yeah. I said the margin is this thin. You know what I mean? And it's like you guys can either do it or you can't. But if you don't do it, guess what? Someone else is going to do it. Yeah. So that's like my thing right now is just like. Everyone was been telling you need to do a documentary. You need to do a
documentary would be so cool.
No one did it in Harrisburg.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing now. Yeah. it's more so a document. Like we're filming everything. We're talking about we're just covering everything.
Yeah.
But
Where do you plan on like posting this documentary? You hoping it like makes it Netflix?
That'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be crazy.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Is it like a documentary just kind of based off of like your life, just like where you
Just
started?
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, just life and just what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It was just more so.
Kind of just like autobiography.
Yeah, bro. It was really just to kind of. They brought it to me. Hey, what are you doing about? Because Penn Live was supposed to do something, and my
About
buddy.
you.
Yeah, my buddy got caught up, whatever the case may be. But
Yeah.
they brought the idea to me, and then my one private money lender, he's from Australia,
Oh no shit.
and he had mentioned something, and he used someone else's name that's really big. Like, you need to do a documentary, and we probably can get this to Oprah. I said, Oprah?
Oprah.
So I called my guy like, yo, we got to do a documentary. I don't know if it's going to get to Oprah, but if it
You
gets
say
close.
Oprah, we
That's
be
all
on
I'm like,
it.
what?
Yeah, forget Netflix.
So-
We're going to Oprah.
Yeah, so it's just to a point now where we're just filming,
Mm-hmm.
and we're having fun. We're
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
fun, and so we just like we do little videos when we do like properties and like closing. We do a little snippet here and there.
Yeah, I saw that last one.
Yeah, so
With
we're all
that
gonna
check.
bring. Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna bring it all together.
Nice.
I really don't know when. I don't know when because I'm coaching Little League football this year, so hopefully he can film that.
So that.
Susquehanna.
Oh, no
There
shit.
you go.
Yeah, Susquehanna. So,
Hey. Represent.
I'm a McDevitt guy, so yeah. Hopefully, it all comes out. I mean, the guys they're working their butts off, so hopefully
Yeah.
everything comes out and it's it's really really good.
Well, stay tuned for his podcast.
Yeah.
Or not his podcast, sorry, his documentary.
The podcast,
Oh, yeah.
potentially.
It's actually.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, see.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Podcasts, you gotta
It's like you can do it, but you just gotta be consistent. And that was our struggle.
Right.
Oh, that's what I wanted to bring up, actually. So, speaking of, like, how difficult podcasts can be, I was watching an Alex Hormozy video
okay.
yesterday, I believe, and he brought, like, all the analytics and statistics of podcasts that have been released, right? And apparently, to be in the top 1% of a podcast maker, you only have to make 20 podcasts. Because
Wow.
99% of people quit before their first 20. So it's like, as long as you stay consistent with it, you're just kind of bound to get there.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I heard that fact. I was like, there's no way. Like,
Yeah, that's
99% of
crazy.
people don't even make it to 20 podcasts.
Do you feel like for you guys, I know I'm interviewing you guys now. You guys being younger, is it hard as far as consistency?
I'd say coming up with topics to constantly talk about is becoming like the difficult part. That's kind of why we just started bringing on guests more and more often.
Yeah.
We love to hear your guys' stories, and obviously every one of you are able to teach us something new along with the audience. But yeah, that's definitely the most difficult part is really just continuing with the topics because it's like we can only talk about what we know.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, we are still young. We're
Right.
23. We don't have that much experience within the real estate industry. So it's like we can talk about what we know, but outside of that, it's like I don't want to give them some false information that
Right.
might not be correct.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, the more we do, the more I can talk about.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
So, how do you guys deal with like complacency?
like being too,
No, like as far as you guys reached a level of success very young.
I don't want to say we're there yet. We get
So
No, you guys are doing
I
a
got
hell
to
of a job.
I got to
Thank
a
you.
point. It was like I don't even think I told you, but it like end of November, December, I got to this point where like I'm thinking, okay, we have a 5-unit, we got a 2-unit, building a rental portfolio. I'm like, why am I even doing this? Like, I got to that point. I'm like, why? Like, I don't want to keep.
really.
Yeah, I was like, what's the point?
I never had that.
Yeah.
I want to go more and more and more and more.
So I just had that. That's why
Yeah.
I asked you guys that.
Yeah.
I said I wasn't going to work December. I think it was December and January. I would come back in February.
Really?
Until me and my family and friends are balling, there is no stopping.
So what do you consider balling?
I'm talking like a bill. Yeah. Like in my, at least, yeah, straight up.
Okay.
Like that's kind of my main goal. Like I want to hit that billion one day.
Yeah.
Nah, definitely. I mean, it's there.
I know, like don't do it all for the money and everything because
Yeah.
like obviously we do it for the community and having those really sentimental relationships with the people as they come in, they're crying on your shoulder. Like that's a fabulous feeling. Like I don't think that'll ever beat the feeling of getting a large paycheck on a property, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
Whoa. Say that part again. I'm gonna back you up.
What did I say?
What again?
Said,
That the community.
oh, I flip flopped it, didn't I?
You said that.
Did I say it backwards?
Community is the.
I'd say the sentimental relationship that you build with the community is always going to be greater than any paycheck that you get on the property. Am I still saying that? Is that not clicking?
No, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I just
Like,
disagree a little bit.
I mean, no, obviously, fucking love money. Like, that's why we're here. Let's be for real. But at the same time, like, I have not received a paycheck yet that has made me more happy than seeing some of my tenants or some of the people that we've helped out in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
haven't gotten
yeah.
substantial paychecks yet. Like, we don't pay her. I hate to say it, but we
It's
don't
bad.
really pay
We
ourselves
really
that
don't.
much.
Yeah, I literally well, he has his job,
Yeah, I
but
still
like
by 9 to 5.
I
too.
do
That's
this
good,
full
though.
time.
Yeah, I work 6 to 2:30 Monday through Friday,
That's good.
Yeah.
and then come here from 3 to 8 after.
Yeah, that's good. That's really
Mhm.
good.
Or appointments or whatever I end up doing.
Yeah.
But you know.
I mean, I see what you're saying though.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if it wasn't for the money, we really wouldn't be here.
Of course.
Yeah,
So it's
course.
just like
yeah.
that's the part where I got complacent, and I love them to death. My brother Chris and Corey, they like had a real reality check conversation with me.
Mm.
I told them, I said, man, I'm getting over 20K like a month. Like
I
I'm
was like, what's the point? Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I want to just chill, go on vacation. I was like, it's cold outside. I'm out. I'm going on vacation. I'm getting this money out. No matter what I spend, it's coming back next month.
Yeah.
And they said,
That must
what?
be a good feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
Why no?
Why no?
Yeah, why not?
Cause you get to that point, and it's kind of like I think more is expected from you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think it's hard to keep going when you are comfortable?
When you don't have a purpose.
So I don't believe in being comfortable. I read a book. I think it was The Millionaire Mind.
Don't be comfortable.
Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Comfortable is a terrible word.
It's evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. Who am I to tell someone, hey, you're making 20K a month? Like that's man. Some people don't even make that in a year.
Yeah.
After taxes. So at the end of the day, it's humbling.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes for me, I work myself into a wall. Like I work so hard, and I get drained to a point where it's like I get sick, which is bad.
You just mean like physically sick or just
Yeah,
like
I get
mentally?
sick. Like I get sick. Like,
Yeah.
Whenever I get sick, because I really rarely get sick. Whenever I get sick, I know it's from like
Working too much.
work
Yeah.
too much. So I just need to chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, once you're in a position of kind of where you're at, I think it would still be perfectly okay with like, you know, just like the outside people looking in on you, even yourself, to go and take like, you know, 2-3 weeks off. You want to go to Jamaica, or if you want to go to,
So I
Puerto
disagree.
Rico
So
or
I
something.
disagree.
how come? Because you think they're always expecting more from you, right?
No, I feel like I'm always expecting more from myself. Like for instance,
Okay.
you guys are at a point right now. You guys can't take 3 weeks off.
No,
Why?
because
Because the business ain't running.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you guys can't take 3 weeks off because you guys are ready. Like you guys created a platform. Like people are watching you guys.
That's true. I didn't even think about that actually.
So if you guys take 3 weeks off, it's more so
You're kind of letting down your audience at that point.
correct. So what if you lose your audience? It's like you got to.
Then you're just like restarting.
unless you film while you're, and you're dropping.
Either that or you
Yeah.
just film a boatload before you go on this vacation or
Yeah.
something.
It's crazy. I talked to my boy Jawan Chisholm. He's a trainer. He's doing a great
Oh
job.
yeah, I know who you're talking
Yeah, he's
about.
doing a great job. But his story kind of similar. He ended up playing for the Steelers for a little bit, but
Nice.
he's at a point where he posts a lot too now.
Yeah.
And we talk. He said, "I'm done being humble." You know what I mean? And it's like, you're right. And it's like you can't take no time off because I remember the time where we had a lot of time that we took off because we wasn't doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, why take time off now? And so that's kind of how I'm looking at it too. And then it's these 23-year-olds that's on fire. I gotta stay ready. So hey.
I think it's good to take like a little break. So like I needed a break in December because I wasn't sure like what's my purpose, and that's what got me into the loophole of like, why am I doing this? Why are we buying all these properties? But then I started like getting closer to God, fasting and stuff like that. And I had that realization, God just wants me to be that light, be that example to other people around me. So after I realized that, I'm like, okay, I just got to be that light, just be consistent with posting and everything, and for people to see my journey of like, oh, she dropped out of college, to, oh, now they're in debt, to now they're buying all these properties and stuff, to show my testimony for people that say, yo, like, that's crazy. Like, you went through all through that, but you were able to push through because God was by your side. So that was my realization. So now I'm like, I'm excited to work. Like, I'm hyped to work. I'm back in that zone because I'm supposed to be that light. I had that realization.
We got an office now.
And we got office
That's
now.
big. Like,
Yeah.
so,
That helps out tremendously.
Yeah.
Because working out your mom's basement, that shit gets
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
It
it
gets
really
old real
messes with
quick.
your mindset.
It does. Like, I
Yeah.
get home, I'm like, dude, this is my home. I don't want to work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, this isn't a working area for me. I'm going to sit down and
Nah,
relax.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, too, for me, traveling, I don't know. Everything motivates me. I don't know what it is. but
Traveling does motivate.
It motivates you. Like, you know what? I got to do a little bit more when I get back.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
went to Vegas. It was a Gervonta Davis fight. I think he fought, was it Ryan Garcia?
I think so.
Yeah, I went to that fight. I was out there.
That's
And it was, I'm standing next to Amari Cooper. It was just so many people out there. And it's like, all right, I need to go home and work hard.
Yeah.
Like, I need to, you know, it's
because they're
just,
setting the bar up here.
they set the
Mhm.
bar. So it's just like, whoa, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. You might be doing good at home, but it's like I need to pick it up a little bit more. So
Yeah.
I think traveling is good because you get a chance to reset.
Mm-hmm.
You get some motivation,
Yeah.
and you get new ideas too. Like I'm a type of person, I talk to everyone.
Yeah.
So I want to know what you do. What do you do? How do
Yeah.
you do it?
It's a
Stuff like
private money lender.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in regards to traveling a lot, do you go to any like real estate events and stuff?
I need to start.
Mm-hmm.
I need to start.
Whose event was it that you spoke at? Was that Zach's?
That was Zach's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, bro. It was a good event. I need to start though. I think sometimes, like I tell people, man, I'm a real person. Like I can't fake the funk. That's my problem sometimes. Is you guys, you know, like we talk about real estate a lot. You guys have podcasts. You talk about real estate. Sometimes you just don't want to talk.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just want to just.
That's kind of why I actually still love having my full-time job, because that's like the one place I can go where it's not constant real estate surrounding me. Granted, now everybody knows what the hell I do, so
Right.
they're coming up with their own questions. They're asking if I got a place they can rent out or getting advice. So like it still happens, but like it's still like I'm able to wake up in the morning and it's not immediately like jump into real estate. It's like I go drive a forklift around for a little bit,
Mhm.
Right.
pick up some boxes.
Absolutely.
So like
Yeah. So that's my.
it's
yeah.
nice to have like that little break in the day.
Absolutely. Like that was, I think they had an event this past weekend. Someone just asked me like, "Hey, are you going to go?" Well, a lot of people want to talk to you, and it's kind of like, I want to go. I want to show love, but
Yeah.
sometimes our mental space is important too.
It is.
So we spend so much time, you know, talking and giving so much to other people, and you know, sometimes we don't have that. People give to us. Obviously, like I start working out, and Kevin does a lot, and I go to church every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't go to church every Sunday. I'm trying to go to church every Sunday. But just going to church is like when people pouring into you, it
Yeah.
just feels so good. So it's like sometimes it just we need a break. But
Yeah.
that's one thing I said I wanted to start doing. I know Zach has an event coming up I'm gonna go to,
Yeah. Yeah.
but just I'm gonna start doing that, just showing face a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's interesting seeing like the different personalities that we have, because like you're obviously super laid back and chill. You buy properties, you know what the hell you're doing. But like at the same time, your understanding of like I need that mental break from real estate every now and then. Where like we just had our last couple guests ago, our guest Rob. He's a huge real estate dude, like
Yeah.
800 units
Right.
plus whatnot. And we brought up kind of the same topic where it's like, I think I brought it up more in relationship wise. I was like, where we don't want our other partners to be in real estate as well, because I feel like then we would be constantly surrounded with real estate, and that's really all we would talk about.
Mm.
And he was like, well, why don't you want that? We're like, well, we want to break every now and then. He's like, why would you want to break? We're just like, because kind of feel like I need it. He was like, nah. He was like, why wouldn't you want to think about and talk and do real estate all the time? We're just like, is that how you think? Like, is that real? Right? So I'm just like, and it's nice to see like you just being completely real about it. You're like, nah, like fuck that. I need a break. Like everyone does, I feel. But I guess if he might be real. Like he might have that
Might be
mindset.
right, because he has 800, so
He knows what he's doing.
Maybe we on the wrong. Maybe
Maybe.
follow that.
Maybe,
but
but like,
I don't know. I just love being, okay, we could do real estate. You know what? forget it. Let's go to a Sixers game tonight. Like, that's just kind of how I'm having fun. My biggest thing with this whole process is I just want to have fun.
Right.
And now I'm at a point where I have a camera. Like, come on, let's capture the fun.
Yeah.
And that might be my problem, but I look at it like this, man. I'm 31.
It could be a downfall, but you're already successful, so who cares?
I mean, I want to say I don't know, but I just feel like I beat the odds already. I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I just went through a point in my life where, you know, I had it all. I lost it. I was down bad. To get to a point now where people were asking me to just come share who I am and
Speak at schools.
yeah, bro. Like, so for me, it's inspiring. Like,
It is.
it's just like, man, I went from losing it all to getting it back to, we gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it can be gone tomorrow. It happened.
Yeah.
And I understand everyone that on my journey now who's here, if I lost to them, they're gone. I get it because it happened already.
Yeah.
So for me, I cherish the people in my life that were there, like that.
When you were
been
down.
there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you guys are even going to see it too, is people are going to come out the woodworks.
Yeah.
And it's scary because the real love and the fake love is so close. And sometimes you don't know how to pinpoint which one is which.
It's true.
So it's just,
I say, especially with the girls. They find out, like, you're doing real estate investing. They're like, oh, like, this man got money. I started to realize that. And, yeah, because recently single. I was in a long-term relationship, got that a couple months back.
okay.
And now, like, I'm back on that, like, dating journey, like, just fucking around and seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, you get the ones who are, like, they don't know anything about you. They don't know you do real estate. Like, you can tell, like, they genuinely fuck with you. And you can tell about the ones that are kind of just there for the money. I'm just like, dude, I promise I ain't got nothing to give. Like,
So
I'm still broke as a joke.
So I'm gonna tell you, being older, if I can go back, all I'm gonna just say is just be careful. I'm gonna tell you though, just be careful and stay true to you.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when you get in this part and you start making the money, and this is for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
When you start making the money, you attract things that you can't help and you can't control.
You kind of know the fake from the real. And
It's tough though.
yeah.
It's like, it's tough, bro.
Yeah.
It's like 10 pit bulls walking in here right now. Are we gonna try to figure out which one's gonna bite us or not? Are we all gonna drop on the table?
That's a good analogy.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm running in the bathroom.
Right, you're right. But in all reality, is like you're not. You gotta say, bro, you're 23 years old.
Yeah, we still young.
Right. So think about.
And you be going out too.
I be
right. Think about.
I'm like him. I be having fun.
Right.
Nah.
So I'm turning up. But think about where you're gonna be at by the time you're 25.
25.
Think about where you're gonna be at by the time you're 30.
See, that's the thing. I don't really know what I want. Like I've had this thought a lot recently, where it's like, do I want a life where I'm still out there having fun, maybe talking to several people, just living life, or do I want like that family life later on? And I know this isn't necessarily real estate related, so I apologize to all you listeners who don't want to hear this shit. But it's just like a genuine question that I've had for a while. And I just keep going back and forth in my head. And I feel like I'm not able to put myself in those shoes yet, of like really understanding like what I would want in the future, at least in regards to a relationship.
It's tough because
Everybody's different though.
the man that I was at 23, I'm not right now at 31.
Exactly.
So so the biggest thing is this, like, if you meet someone right now, right, and at age 25, and I'm not a relationship guru, I don't know. But what happens if you meet someone at 25 or you meet someone at 30 and you're not that same person that you was at 23?
Of course
Your
not.
bank account's bigger.
Yeah.
Your mind obviously grew. Your business is different. So it's kind of like,
Dressed a little better maybe.
right, everything changes. You're driving a different car.
Yeah. Maybe got some muscles at that point.
The food that you're eating changes. You know what I mean? Everything changes. So it's kind of like, if that person isn't changing with you, like Rob said, with his person doing real estate, that might be a good idea.
Yeah. Because
I just think it's tough.
Yeah.
The dating world right now is bad, bro.
It's just apps.
this generation
Literally.
is horrible.
It's-
You gotta talk to a girl in public. It's like, no offense to girls, they'd be like, "Who the hell are you?"
for right now.
Right.
But then it's going to change when girls start coming to you in public.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it changes.
Right, because then it's like, well, I can't trust none of y'all. Because where was you when I was down bad?
But what do you do?
Exactly. Then you're still screwed either way.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
There's no winning, is there?
There's no winning.
And we'll end it on that note.
You know what I mean? So
But
it's
yeah.
kind of like there's some good girls out there, but again, it's 10 pit bulls. You might be 10 pit bulls. 2 of them are good, 8 are not.
I'm looking for the Doberman.
Yeah, man. So it just, I would tell you, just take your time.
That's the scary thing, cause like my thought process.
I know Stephanie's completely different.
Oh, I'm different. Like
Completely.
I'm single, but like I'm chilling. Like I'm ready to settle down. I don't care. Like I'm not the party.
But you're a
type either.
woman is different. Like
Yeah.
there isn't women like you.
But like
anymore.
it's gonna be hard to find a guy that has ambition.
Absolutely.
You know.
Mhm.
Like I don't
Trying
want
to find a guy who's at least
That's not a
at your
slouch.
level, or
Yeah.
You know what the girl told me? She said, "What I want a broke, faithful guy, or a guy with money that cheat.
grab one of that cheek.
Guy with money that cheat."
My sister told me the same shit.
Dang.
Yo, it's bad outside right now. Outside is dangerous.
Yeah, because she got a boyfriend, right? We were having a conversation the one day, and she was like, yeah, like if he's like a millionaire and he's like supporting me and like my kids or my family, she was like, I don't give a fuck what you do.
Nah.
You know why though?
Why?
You know why? They said this is going so left. They said that women love safety
Yeah.
and men, I guess, were big on respect.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nah, completely. Yeah, as long as like, I hate to like talk from a girl's perspective because I'm not a girl and you might have a different input.
Go for it.
I feel like as long as a girl knows that she is gonna be okay and she has that like protection along with like the comfortability and the satisfaction of having that money just roll in and like know that you have nothing on
Nah.
about. It's like
Yeah.
she's a different girl.
Yeah.
100% a fact. Like I'm talking
Because I know, like, for me,
Please edit this whole segment
for
out.
me, I know, like, I'm gonna be comfortable. Like, I don't need
I'm
a
talking
guy.
about the other
you know?
95% of women out there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I have a question. This is so.
Like, I don't need a guy. Like, I'm gonna be making my own bread. You know?
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. No, it's
Ask my question. Yes, I did.
anyways, back to real estate.
Back, yeah. Back,
And roll it.
roll this back to real estate. Oh,
So where were we at?
I don't even know, man. Oh, this podcast is the best one yet.
Yeah.
you get that one on. Look, that's when you come back in. Back this podcast. Comes back in.
What is it? Maybe 95% of the women are.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Nate has a very similar perspective to you, actually.
You said they're not worth dating.
And date to marry. That's the purpose. To marry. Yeah.
Please have this on there.
And or not. He grew up in similar conservative background.
Yeah.
See, like,
One relationship is to be like honoring to God and not just like a musical thing you do because you want to have fun.
see, yeah, absolutely. That's where I can fully agree with you because my family, personally, they're full of fucking cheaters. Every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Dad cheat on mom cheat on dad, stepdad cheat on mom cheats on stepdad.
Yo, he's going
Like,
crazy.
Uncles get this off air. Like uncles cheat on girlfriends. Like,
Yo, it's a therapy
it's
session.
a known thing within
So
my family. Like,
okay,
it's like,
so
Yo,
I
he
grew
don't
up.
care.
that's like the family that I grew up with. So like, this is what I saw going on.
All right. Okay.
So it's like I've never seen a stable ass relationship. Like no one in my family has one.
So okay. So my parents been married over 34 years. I grew up with my mother and father in the household. I probably seen my mom and dad argue probably like 1 or 2 times,
For real.
Mm.
right?
That's amazing.
But growing up, I think social media killed our era of relationships
Yeah. I-
because everything is instant gratification. Everything is I always can do and I always can get better.
Yeah.
So it's never like, hey, let's work through this. Let's go through some real shit together.
Mhm.
It's always, well, I can get her right here.
Yeah.
Or it's that I can post a picture, get 200 likes, now I can pick whoever I want.
That's true.
I think social media is killing the dating game.
Yeah.
So I just think
You better find someone soon.
that if you care about something, I think it's best to keep it away from everybody.
Yeah.
That's true.
I agree. Just keep it offline and everything.
Yeah.
But I think for the jump back on real estate, so we're live.
All right.
I think for us that I think it's hard for us though. I think we're gonna struggle more than anyone because the amount of hours that we have to put in.
Oh yeah.
If your partner doesn't understand, it can
hurt.
It can hurt.
And just saying that, so like my sister tells me, like, it's gonna be tough for you just because like how many times you're on the phone with Skyler, they're gonna think like me and Skyler are a thing. And they say people think that all the time.
Yeah, I already run into that
Yeah.
all the time. They'll be like, "So you and Steph?" I'm like, "No."
It's like, no, yeah, literally. But it's like both of our partners need to be okay with us having communication like 24/7 all the time.
Yeah, we have our own kind of relationship versus like, yeah.
But also too is again for you,
Mm-hmm.
you aren't going to just date. And I don't know, I might be wrong. But say hypothetically speaking, your real estate business, I'm speaking to existence, is blowing up, you're a multimillionaire. You're not gonna go date a guy that works at FedEx. That's a good guy. It's not gonna be a cookie. It's not gonna be a cookie your lifestyle.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, for you, it might be
I feel like it's gonna be harder for you than it is for.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, because she's looking for.
Gotta be a Christian guy.
Christian, you gotta be just a good guy. You gotta.
Hold on, tell the people.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
What's that looking for?
I don't want people to just like slide in just because like, oh, I checked this off, I checked this off, I checked this off. You know what I'm saying? Like I want
It's gotta be a
something genuine.
connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want someone to know what you want, because then, you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
She's on something.
No, so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So you ever had someone ask you like, so what are you looking for in a guy? Or
Like
a
my
girl?
family. Yeah.
Never tell them.
Yeah. So I'll, without like going into like character, let's say personality or like any goals or anything like that, I straight up give them a physical description because I have a type. Like,
What do you mean?
I mean, I'll be.
You
they'd be
got
like,
a type.
They'd be like, so what are you looking for? I'd be like, blonde, short, nice butt, athletic.
Okay.
Oh, and nice teeth. You gotta have nice teeth.
Okay, so you
We
got
got-
good personality.
Exactly. See, I'm going to detail like that. I'd be like, I want you to want children. I want you to be ambitious. I want you to have this kind of goal.
Right.
Have
Mhm.
yeah. Like I don't go in like detail like that. So like I still have an answer for whenever they ask me that. I'd be like, this is the type. And typically it's like 99% of the women who are asking me because it's like that's the one I'm talking to.
Yeah, so I seen something that you shouldn't answer that question
Yeah.
because people. I mean, obviously yours is different because it's either you got it or you don't.
Yeah.
But people start acting the way that you want them to. You got to think about it.
Exactly.
Even when you meet someone, the first 3 to 4 months, you're not meeting them. You're being their agent. I always say,
Did you see that new like
Yeah.
TikTok channel where it's like that 3-month rule? Have you heard about that?
I'm big. on
It's not even
TikTok.
like a trend for it. It's just like this new thing that kind of came out where it's like, I guess every like situationship, whatever you want to call it, there's like a 3-month rule where it's like the first 3 months it's a fake person.
Yeah, they're agent, they're representative.
Yeah.
And then you
That's crazy, right?
right, and you hit that 3 months and you're like, this person finally starts to show colors. You're like,
Mhm.
oh, so this is who you really.
You gotta do them 4 seasons. But nah, we truly appreciate Jameel coming on the podcast, and we'll make sure we have all his information down below if you guys want to go connect with him.
I'm sure there's still so much more real estate that we could discuss.
So much.
Future goals, ambitions,
Absolutely.
so much. And
It's your fault. It's your fault.
it is my fault.
Yeah.
I definitely like I guided this conversation in the wrong direction. Most of y'all probably not gonna see it because it's edited out.
Absolutely.
But we just had a blast.
We had a ball.
Yeah.
We did.
And with
So-
that being said,
Oh, okay.
oh, go ahead.
We'll definitely have to have him on for a part 2.
For sure, yeah.
I'd love to come back.
Yeah. Come back in like 6 months from now, kind of see where we are.
See the growth. It's gonna be crazy.
See where you're at. Yeah, maybe go to Jamaica.
Ooh, a podcast in Jamaica.
Podcast in Jamaica.
That'd be crazy.
Let's do it.
All right,
Let's do it.
That'd be crazy.
Let's do it. We got to do
we
it.
can run that.
All right. Well, with that being said, we're gonna end it here. We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.